stuff, right? Oh, shit. Damn, I got so much in my shirt. Damn. But you know, we gotta keep that same energy. What's good, everybody? You know, I was thinking, Tekashi is really putting the wool over our eyes. He's playing us. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Thaddy Luv. I was about to say Dick Johnson, but we changed that moniker. Like I said, my name ain't Richard. How y'all doing? This is another wonderful episode of Durag News. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna just get right into it. Yes, it is February, Black History Month, the shortest month on the months. You know, we had to get it like that. But, you know, Black history is not just celebrated or should be celebrated one month of the year. But if we are talking about Black history, I definitely recommend you going through Instagram because you can get a lot of this history just scrolling down on your feed. But I do want to bring up one group, and that is the Black Panthers. You know, the Black Panthers were out here protecting the neighborhood, putting up stop signs in the neighborhood, and actually feeding hungry kids with these food lines and these food programs and the lunch programs. Shout out to the Black Panthers. And it's so crazy because just like America, like they always do, demonize folks for trying to really do their own thing on this land when they actually feel oppressed or actually not supported. But it's so funny because the Black Panthers got bombed out, locked up, and just really shitted on in the media. But the movie Black Panther was actually the 7th grossest, highest paid movie in history. But we love Black Panther, but America did not love our Black Panthers. Ain't that some shit? Is that contradictory? I'm confused. But speaking of some Black greatness, shout out to Dave Chappelle for taking his power back, really leveraging his power. Take a look.
When a hero stumbles, well, the cowards rejoice. Nothing feels better to a coward than to watch a brave guy fall. You need to know how to solve your problems. You need to know where your power lies. You are Americans, so your power lies in each other. And they said, well, you signed the contract, so what are you even mad about? Here's the thing. I'm very good at minding my own business. And the trick to minding your own business is knowing what is your business. I never asked Comedy Central for anything. If you remember, I said, I'm going to my real boss, and I came to you. Because of you, I have no idea what dicks taste like.
Man, shout out to Dave Chappelle for not bending over and not sucking on shit that you don't want to for success. Because a lot of times people feel like they gotta do that shit. You know what I mean? I know he signed the contract, but he actually got his name back. Man, I love it, man. Know your value. That's one thing that I really got from that, is you really have to know your value and leverage it. Because, like he said, the people are his boss. Not these big companies. The people are the ones who are really funding and supporting what it is that you want to do. So make sure the people are riding for you and you're riding for the people. And in the end, these big corporate companies can't really shut you down or try to cancel you if the people really fuck with you. That's really the name of the game. But, you know, speaking of Dave Chappelle, what happened to the gay Tupac, Mr. Juicy Smollett? You know, Juicy got the juice. You know, things just kind of got quiet. I read somewhere that the charges dropped, but then I read somewhere else that it's still looking kind of hot for him. But, you know, that's what you do. When shit gets hot, you just kind of get quiet, you get low, and just wait for people to forget. And speaking about people forgetting shit, you saw Tory Lanez out there just balling out with his muffin top? You know, I saw a picture on Twitter, you know what I mean? That top of his head looked like an upside down Reese's Pieces. Man, they got jokes for days, man. But it's just all about the forget me culture. Just forget. Just do things and we'll forget. Just as long as you don't talk about it too much, people just don't care no more. Because are people mad at Tory Lanez anymore? I'm confused. You see what I'm saying? All this confusion in America, that's just what they want us. Just stir up all this confusion. You do something today, and by next week, next year, we'll be on something new. All right, I know it's chilly out here. Charisse Clima, what you got for us on the weather?
They really have me coming into the office like it's not cold or anything. Like, my God, I just want to be in my freaking bed, like, and do it from there. Like, we're all so I don't understand. People who are fabulous should not even have to go in. Like, really.
You know, it would be fabulous if we shoot the show on time.
Oh, Chris, no, like, I love coming into work. I was just, like, chatting. It's okay. Like, I was just saying I was cold. That's all. Like, relax. And we are back with another weather report. How's everyone doing? I'm your weather reporter, Charisse Clima, here to let you know what's going on in our cold-ass world. It's too big for me. That's all I can say. It's too big for me. It's crazy because I'm realizing how much of a winter we are actually having in 2021. We have chilled out for a minute, and now all of a sudden, Mother Nature wants to, like, work properly. It's too big for me. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. It's crazy because I'm realizing how much of a winter we were really having in 2021. We have chilled out for a minute, and now all of a sudden, Mother Nature wants to, like, work and give us all this snow. The audacity. It is crazy. But we are going to see some snow and rain mix this Thursday and Friday, so definitely stay safe. Watch out for that ice because it might get cold at night. I don't know. But we are getting warmer, so who knows? Maybe not. Speaking of, that collision that happened in Texas last week was too sad. At least 5 people were deceased, and it was like 100+ car pileup on the major highway. Like, I saw some footage. It was crazy, just awful. You never know, so always drive safe, people, and stay home if you don't even have to go out. Like me coming into work today, like I didn't forget, like, so, The results are in, and I can't pronounce him, Phil, which was that groundhog, saw his shadow in 2021, which means we are in for another 6 more weeks of winter. Lord help us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seer of seers, the great Oz of weather forecasting, Punxsutawney Phil. Hi, what do you think? Wait a minute, let me, this one? Ladies and gentlemen, Punxsutawney Phil has made his prediction. It's 6 more weeks of winter, but I want to tell you, he also told us after winter, you're looking forward to one of the most beautiful and brightest springs you've ever seen.
Now, I wanted to talk about this environmental humanitarian crisis happening in India right now. I'm not sure if many of you know about it, but it's definitely worth doing your research. So I'm gonna tell you what it is right now, though. In the state of Punjab, where a few of my friends are actually from, and not from the national capital of India, there's a bit of an issue happening. But let's first backtrack and explain the history. Most of the Punjab state is a farmer marketing business. This is how most citizens make their money to live and feed their families. Whatever crops that are grown are to be sold to local markets and even bigger grocery stores or by trade. All locals are in control of their revenue and marketing and also receive benefits from the government as cushion basically too, up until this new 2020 Farm Bill though. So this new Farm Bill states that now these farmers are to sell produce directly to corporations. That sounds all good and dandy, right? But nah, it's actually stating that these corporations can now buy produce from these farmers at any price they want. So if the farmers usually sell, say, like a box of tomatoes at for like $5, right? These corporations can actually distress the sales and say, no, actually, I'm gonna give you $2 and be done. The central ministers and prime minister, can't pronounce their names, don't seem like they have any remorse either. They wanna buy more land, and this is how they will do it, because now there's gonna be poverty, starvation, then death, because these farmers are not gonna be able to be sustainable off of this living. This is sad, and we need to wake up. Now, what does this mean for the rest of the world? Are other countries gonna start following these farming bills? Because it's all about that money, honey. So most, why wouldn't I do this? This is not only sad, but a wake-up call to how societies are going to start eliminating your way of staying sustainable and eating healthy and overall damn control. I keep saying start that garden. They are really trying to change the narrative in this world before our eyes. I also do want to shout out this Black queen doing her thing for us. Her name is Hey Ashley Renee on YouTube. I have subscribed to her channel. She's super great at explaining sustainable life hacks. She's super great at explaining sustainable life hacks, and especially while we were in quarantine last year, she had some dope, amazing ideas, and I think it's so worthwhile to check her video hacks out. But in this one, she speaks about buying 12 sustainable household products that last long term. Check this out real quick.
Those who can grow their own food technically would be just fine. I bought organic seeds so I can grow herbs, spices, fruits, and veggies right inside my home. If sunlight is an issue for you, you can purchase grow lights that act as a substitute for sunlight. Plastic shampoos, conditioners, deodorants, and body washes. I have bars for just about everything. I have shampoo bars, conditioner bars, lotion bars, body soap bars, deodorant bars, and if it's not in bar format, then it's either something I make at home or comes in some other form of plastic-free packaging. Not only are these plastic-free beauty options eco-friendly, they also typically last longer than the products that come in plastic bottles. In a time when many of us need to conserve our money, it's smart to focus on sustainable products that will last longer and result in us spending less. It's so wasteful, and during a quarantine, you'll quickly run out. Instead, get some plant-based sponges. If you're worried about sponges being a breeding ground for bacteria, clean your sponge when you're done. You can wet the sponge and pop it in a microwave for 2 minutes to eliminate any germs that may be lurking in the crevices.
Okay, so I'm trying to get myself warmed up here, like maybe find someone's hot tub nearby, I don't know. But it is always a pleasure to bring important information to you guys. You know I got y'all. I'm your fabulous weather reporter, Charisse Clima, and I will see you next time.
And damn, I know these people are trying to take over these farms and fucking up the money, man. And that is really where the freedom comes, when you can actually own land and grow your crops and grow your food from there. And if somebody owns your food, they kind of own you. So if you have the opportunity to grow your own food, please try to do so, because eventually it'll be kind of harder to do that.
We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
First of all, if you're going to talk about a revolutionary situation, you have to have people who are physically able to wage revolution, who are physically able to organize and physically able to do all that is done.
Speaking of great black artists, shout out to Lauryn Hill for the Miseducation hitting 10 million records sold. Dope album. That's actually on my top 10 list, I would have to say. Like, straight fire. Every song was a hit. Like, and even her, she didn't really make that much money off that album just because of bad contracts and things like that. So at this point, it's definitely best for any artist moving forward to be independent, because I saw a video of T-Pain saying that if you're getting all this money from these record companies, you have to pay it back. And for you to pay it back, you actually have to be good. And now that there's no concerts and there's actually music just being streamed and not really sold any other way, it's gonna be a little harder to do so. So one, if you are trying to be a musician, you have to make super hot fire, because to get to that Lauryn Hill level, I think it'll be a little harder nowadays. And when are we gonna learn, people? When are we gonna learn? More people doing this glue challenge and getting stuck in their hair. I saw one dude getting the glue stuck on his mouth, like, really? Really? And we got mad when H&M said the coolest monkey in the jungle. But we messing with this monkey glue. It's just confusing. We're just playing with fire, and it just doesn't look good, man. So black folks, please get it together and stop playing yourself on social media, because us at Durag News is gonna laugh at you, but just know other people are gonna laugh at you too. Like, and then we'll be mad at you for calling you a dumb monkey for using that monkey glue, but it's just too close. Let's not play with this monkey stuff. It's monkey business. All right. It really wouldn't be news if he didn't bring up vaccines. Now, I know I can't say too much about vaccines because they'll try to shut down and block and do a whole bunch of cancellation on our channel, so I have to be very careful with my words. But you know, one thing that I realize about vaccines are they're free. And one thing that I know about free shit is anywhere you go, if somebody's giving you free shit, most of the time is because they want you to come back. If you go to a baseball game or even in the mall, they give you free food. They give you free food so you can come back. So these vaccines are free, so you can kind of, I would think. And another thing, you know that NFL player who beat the shit out of his girlfriend? Beat the shit out of his girlfriend. But when Michael Vick, you know, was fighting dogs, he was a demon. But I don't see that much anger and outrage about this dude. Contradictory. But I will say, you know, sometimes in America, they do love dogs more than they love your nigga ass. So, just, you know, be careful, because some of those fights, it's just kind of hard to win, but I don't even know his name, and I don't want to know his name. I'm going to put his picture up. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But damn, beat the shit out of his girlfriend, and there's not that much outrage about this dude. So hopefully they lock him up and, you know, treat him like they did Michael Vick, because damn, what the fuck are you doing? All right, it's time to get some sports. Yo, Virgilio gets silly. High percentage. Yo, what's good, man? What's going on in the sports world?
Hello, everyone. It's your boy High Percentage here with another edition of Durag Sports.
Enough is enough. Got me feeling like Vince, cause the show's over. Whole arm in the rim. Do I gotta go again? Do y'all need more proof that I'm him? Performance in game shows, who's in the gym? Beat the scoreboard, y'all losing again. Y'all doing all this front like it's cool to pretend.
Congratulations to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks for winning the Super Bowl. Blowout victory over the Chiefs was nasty work. The pass rush had Pat Mahomes under pressure all night. Shouts to JPP with the 7.5 finger piece. He got it done, you know what I mean? Pat still managed to get a lot of bullets off, but it seemed all his targets weren't ready, man. I mean, if it hit the helmet, it's catchable. That's how I see it. But no need to beat a dead horse. Bucks win it. Happy V-Day from Enos Cantor. He's a wild boy. The mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Bottoms, urges fans not to travel to the city for All-Star Game, man. Yeah, all right. So the NBA wants this game to happen. Meanwhile, the city hosting won't be allowed to have All-Star Game themed parties at venues. And wait. So nobody eats but the NBA is basically what's going on in Atlanta right now. I don't know if people are gonna follow those rules. Them codes might get broken. Be prepared for some bullshit to happen after that. What's really up with this? You know what I mean? Like, why are we doing this? I can't say I don't like the consolidation of the events that would normally span over 3 days into one day. Having a dunk contest during the halftime of the All-Star game is maybe not the way I would have set it up, but I could appreciate having the events in one night. You know what I mean? That's definitely a plus for me. I don't know about y'all niggas. I don't like waiting around 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Like, damn, by the time Sunday come, you're not even amped for the All-Star game no more. The Knicks currently sit in 6th place, a couple games shy of 500. I like the addition of Derrick Rose, gives the team more edge. Rose once again reunited with Coach Tibbs, man. 3rd time's a charm, man. Something going on here, man. What they got going on between them two, man? You followed them over. You met him in Chicago, followed him in Minnesota. Now he pulling you over to New York, man. What's going on, man? Rose is traded for Dennis Smith Jr. in the draft pick. Knicks definitely win that trade. Julius Randle continues to light it up. Shouts to Randle, you know what I mean? On the other side of the boroughs, Brooklyn getting it together. Kyrie says Harden is the point. Okay, I got one question, man. Where is Steve Nash, man? Kyrie says Harden is the point, but what does Nash say, man? It's a lot going on behind the scenes here, and I bet we finna find out soon enough. I'm thinking around the playoffs, man. What's really going on? They winning games, though, in the meanwhile, you know what I mean? Kyrie, minus the shenanigans, is must-see basketball. Durant made us all forget about his Achilles. He moving like flash lightning out there. Harden is playing top-level basketball, you know what I mean? Unselfish, going against the naysayers. But where is Nash? That's all I want to know. The community's still looking for him, man. Paige and Steve Nash. Let's talk about what Draymond had to say, man, about the Cavs and sitting out Andre Drummond out in pursuits of trades, you know what I mean? I agree with everything that man said.
To watch Andre Drummond before the game sit on the sideline, then go to the bat, and then come out in street clothes because a team is going to trade him is bullshit. Because when James Harden asked for a trade and essentially dogged it, I don't think there was no surprise or no, there's no one's going to fight back that James was dogging it his last days in Houston. But he was castrated for wanting to go to a different team, and everybody destroyed that man. And yet a team can come out and say, oh, we want to trade a guy, and then that guy is to go sit. And if he doesn't stay professional, then he's a cancer, and he's not good in someone's locker room, and he's the issue. And we continue to let this happen. But I got fined for stating my opinion of what I thought should happen with another player. But teams can come out and continue to say, oh, we're trading guys, we're not playing you. And yet we're to stay professional.
Teams should be held to the same standard as far as actions taken and statements made, whether it be verbal or non-verbal, man. Sitting him is one thing, but making him dress down the street clothes to watch from the bench, that's dirty work. You know what I mean? You got it in for me. You don't like me. I ain't doing, and he producing over there. He's getting busy over there. He's like number 2 rebounding. He's putting up 18, you know what I mean? The optics is bad, though. Same thing going on with Blake Griffin, man. These is big-name players. Y'all playing and the world is watching. Big changes coming to the NBA, so as long as players like Draymond continue to speak up and out, you see what I did there? Everything gonna be all right, you know what I mean? Trae Young fined $20K for directing inappropriate language toward a game official during the closing seconds of a loss against the Mavs. Boy went off, man. I can't say I'm mad at him, man. I like to see the refs be held accountable for missing calls like this. Last possession of the game. I know it's a lot of pressure, but come on, man. Son bleeding from his nose. I feel his frustration, man. Speaking of frustration, Luka continues to show the frustration, you know what I mean? After missing that go-ahead 3 to tie, it wasn't hard to tell. He's deep in the chambers of his mind, man. Light a big one and get them workouts in, homeboy. That's it. You be all right, you know what I mean? I like this spice right here from my boy D-Book. Shouts to him when asked about a game-winning shot Giannis took. This is what he had to say.
The free throw, but what were you thinking when Giannis got that last look, that last look?
That we're in good shape.
Him that far away from the paint is obviously much better than him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anytime you can stay in front of them and force them to, take shots like that, you just have to live with it.
Even though he's right, A, because he's spitting facts, and B, because he a grown man, this shit gonna rub Giannis the wrong way. He gotta work on it, man. Or just, don't take the shot, bro. Go to the cup. They can't stop you. What's the problem? You know what I mean? What you doing out there? I know it's a lot of times after you brick it, you think like, what am I doing out here, man? You know what I mean? Take the high percentage shot. You see what I did there? I mean, Bradley Beal continues to put up numbers but can't find a teammate anywhere. Russ, what's up? Everything all right? You know what I mean? What's going on, man? Speedy recovery to AD, the reigning champion, suffering from calf strain as well as re-aggravated Achilles tendinosis. It's a big word for you niggas, man. More and more we see top players dealing with serious injuries, man. What's really going on, man? What's going on? Who we to blame to this, man? Please, let's get to the bottom of this. I don't like injuries. Serena versus Naomi in the Australian Open semifinals. Like, I know about some tennis, but I know about some Serena, you know what I'm saying? I love me some Serena, man. Living legend. Listen, we can't play with her, but Naomi looking like she in her prime. This ain't the time. Have some wine. Sit down, big mama, because you about to take the L. I can't call it. This one going down to the wire, man. I'm definitely tuning in, though, man. It's a lot of things to see on that court. Run me back a little bit. That was all off the top. Usman wins against Burns in a fight only the fight heads watched. Johnny Football playing indoors somewhere. I don't know where he was playing at, but it's good to see him back on the field, man. Shout out to Johnny Football. Happy B-Day, John McEnroe, man. The tennis legend, Queens native, turned 62 on the 16th. That's my mama B-Day. Happy B-Day, Ma, I love you. And in closing, it's your boy High Percentage with this week's edition of Durag Sports. And now a word from our sponsors. Let me throw a shout out in there real quick. Shout out my nigga Heartbreak Julio, just dropped a project. Don't holler when it's lit, out right now, all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Link in his bio at Heartbreak Julio, man. Page and Heartbreak Julio, where you at, dogs? Yeah. Shameless plug, yeah.
This weed stronger than making knees and Jamaican rum. Tell this bitch to get off me, I gotta make her run. I'm an underdog, just not your favorite one. It's all good, this fire, I gotta make Satan run. Facts. Recognition, I was always thirsty for, but I had to validate myself, it was worth it more. I need my next queen to look like Taylor Rooks. OnlyFans, something so bad you have to pay to look. Niggas be passive aggressive, just say you shook. Nasty, bit on my shit since made you look. I'm from Queens, so you know the vibes. Where they greasy to your soul demise. Niggas hating, but it's no surprise. No surprise. Shit, I be mad too. You a sucker, gotta wear it forever. Like a tattoo in front of that TV. Watching Taz choke out Sad Blue. That was therapy.
Yo, man, yeah, sports is getting crazy. You know, that dude was definitely got that elbow to the face. Damn. Be careful out here. And that's why I actually stopped playing basketball, because the last time I played basketball, I sprained my ankle. I said, fuck this sport. I'm not doing that. I'll just go run and keep my body in all good shapes and keep my core tight. But I was watching some basketball, and one thing that I'm confused about, you know, is the players are not following no kind of COVID rules, no 6 feet, no COVID guidelines with that shit. But they can play with no mask on, right? But when they go back to the sideline, they have to put a mask back on. What the fuck sense does that make? Like, they're not following the rules when they're on the court, but when you're sitting down, you have to put a mask back on? Contradictory. You see where we're going with this? A whole bunch of contradictory out here? Let's keep it moving. But I know what that is, because we all know what that is. You know no one follows the COVID rules when no one's looking. It's just when the cameras are on, when you're in public places or certain public places. But let's be honest here. Is anybody really following the COVID rules when no one's looking? Because you know what you was doing last week.
Ladies and gangsters love Parauma Potions. Parauma Potions. Get you some.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to give a shout out real quick to silkydurag.com for this beautiful headband that they gave me. Available now at silkydurag.com. And guess what, guys? If you use our promo code DuragNews, you will receive 30% off. And being that it is the holiday season and this is the trending style for the ladies, fellas, for your mama, your sister, your niece, your daughter, we got you. Holla at us.
Had to take a sip before I got into this one. But they tried and failed and tried again and failed again. Trump didn't get impeached, and now it's going to federal. I heard that actually the NCAA is trying to sue his ass too, which brings me to another point. Anybody can just sue you if they want to. So just be careful, because that's just what it's looking like. They're going to just try to sue him and do what they can to demonize him and get him in jail. Now, for me, I don't think he technically told those people to go run up on the Capitol building, but you know, words can get blurred in today's society. So if you got people rallying you, and actually, this actually brings up another good point. When I was actually running track, they said if one person on the track team does something, it also reflects on everybody else. So this is what it's looking like. So make sure your clique is not doing too much foul shit out here, because you can get blamed for it too. But Democrats, Republicans are already beefing, so it's gonna be hard for them to really demonize this man, because you have to have another party that already don't fuck with you agree with you. And that's gonna be pretty hard nowadays. So let's see what happens with this Trump shit, because I don't see him getting screwed over anytime soon. Did you hear about these black homeowners trying to sell a house and had to do some bullshit to sell it?
After moving into the home built in the 1960s, the Austins staged major renovations, adding an entire floor and more than 1,000 square feet of space, along with a deck, new floors, a fireplace, and new appliances. Then they got it appraised.
I read the appraisal. I looked at the number. I was like, this is unbelievable.
The family tells me the appraiser was an older white woman, and they're convinced race was a factor. The home appraised for $989,000, just $100,000 more than the Austins got it appraised for before they started the work, despite $400,000 in renovations.
It was like, you know, it was a slap in the face.
The Austins immediately called their lender and pushed back. After a month of escalating their complaints, they were approved for a second appraisal. When the date came, they got creative.
We had a conversation with one of our white friends, and she was like, no problem, I'll be Tanisha. I'll bring over some pictures of my family. She made our home look like it belonged to her.
And it worked.
So it appraised for 1.482.
Yeah.
Which was 50% more than what it appraised for by a couple weeks prior.
Almost 1.5, $500,000 more.
Ain't that some shit? I will say, it is always good to have some white friends, because when you need them, they definitely can come, make sure your house looks like their house, and you can sell it for 50% more. Like, that's just America. Like, you kind of need a white person in the cut. And you know what I mean? I remember I grew up with one of my best friends was a white kid, and actually he was like one of the toughest white dudes I know. And damn, he was definitely on my side. And you know, shout out to him, man, because you know there's some white people out here are good, and there's some white people out here that you know what I mean is on some shit. You need them. So make sure you got some people that you can call on that can look like them, so they can get you in places that you probably can't get by yourself. I know it's bullshit, but you know where we're living. All right, it's time to get into some hippity hop with my boy Kaous. What's good?
What's good, y'all? This is Kaous 360, and it's another segment of Durags and Hip Hop. Let's go! What y'all know about this shit right here, man? Oh. Yo, man, shout out Slim Garcia and Jukes the God. That shit's fire. Y'all already know how we do in Brentwood. Niggas is running it up. Do y'all think, man?
Swear my life is like a movie. Shorty vibing off a whole perk. Can't judge her, I ain't shooting. Nigga copy that. Hit a lingo, then they copy that. My shooters gon' slide, then they gon' skate with the stick like a hockey match.
Pull up, hop out, show off, show out. Nothing but hundreds and fifties, nothing but ass and titties. If Pop was the king of New York, I'm the first prince of my city. Pull up, hop out, show off, show out.
Yo, I don't even know what to say about this nigga now. I mean, he came out, he was blood in Brooklyn, running around crazy. Nobody touched him. And now y'all see what happens? Now he running up on rappers now. Meek Mills, you should have slapped the shit out of him. Man, I swear, if I see 6ix9ine running around Brentwood, he would not last. I'm not saying Brooklyn pussy or nothing, but you would not be running around in Brentwood, my G. I'm telling you right now. Northwest, east or south, you wouldn't be running around. It's getting crazy. And then he had, the crazy thing is he brought his security with him to go, how you gonna bring, like, what are you doing? And you know what? I think Meek Mill played his part, because if he would have slapped him, he would have had charges, it would have been all kinds of crazy shit, and they really trying to get him locked up. just because he beat the system. I mean, is this like a game? They just trying to really set Meek Mills up to get him locked up? Is Tekashi 6ix9ine with the feds trying to get? I mean, I don't want to say no, if that's the real case, but that looks like what's going on. So, man, everybody just stay away from that kid. He's actually coming up to you, running up to you, trying to start problems. And you know what? You gotta have your composure, because there's some people, and he know in his right mind, he run up on, it's gonna be problems. And you know what? He's gonna do the same thing. Snitch, get out, and the other person is gonna be in jail. So, man, just watch out back. That shit got me hyped up. But listen, man, let's bring it down a notch, you know what I mean? Let's bring it back to the corporate side of good shit that's going on. Nipsey and Jay-Z, the collab? Who would have thought? I didn't even see Nipsey even, talking to Jay or even in pictures with Jay or nothing like that. But I do know that Jay sent him some money for some a mixtape that he did. So, I guess that's a link. So when he did that, they probably linked up on the low, did the song, and the song is fire. I mean, what else we gonna expect with them two together on a collab? What else? I mean, those are one of my favorite rappers. Is definitely Nipsey Hussle, and Jay-Z is definitely, he was the one on top, but I don't know. Nip came out, he definitely changed the game. And I'm not saying that, Nipsey Hussle was way better than Jay-Z, but I feel like I learned more with Nip when he came out. Especially with the Bitcoin thing. He had the Bitcoin thing going. He was telling people, invest in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the wave. It's gonna be, he was preaching on that. He was a big preacher on, the economy losing its dollar, value. The value of the dollar just getting lost, and people going onto Bitcoin. It's happening in front of our eyes. If people haven't seen it yet, just link on. Link, just read up on it. Look, invest a couple dollars into it. See what happens to it. I invested a little couple bread and, I came up a little bit. But other than that, man, shout out to Nip, shout out to Jay. This is another fucking day in history that they done set. And another weird thing that I want to talk about with Jay. I think Nas dropped something the same time that you dropped this mixtape. Or what? I don't know if it's a mixtape or it's just a single, but I think Nas dropped something too, right? What's going on with that? Why every time Nas drops something, you drop something, Jay? I don't know. Is that a coincidence? People have been talking about that, but we haven't heard too much about it. We need to get into that. This is another successful segment of Durags and Hip Hop. I want to shout out all the viewers. Drop some comments on what you like, what you want to hear. And oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you, girl. Union, you know who I'm talking to. This is Kaous 360. This is another segment of Durags and Hip Hop Smash, baby. Let's go.
There we go. Yes, Tekashi and that Meek Mills. But I want to bring up one thing. Because we're all being fooled here. It's all a game. It's all for clout. And it's all about distraction. That's the number one thing. Distract your ass. So you're looking here, and people can just run behind you and do other things. Because if you're not paying attention to this video, you may miss it. But if you look closely, there's a white dude in the corner. What I said, you need a white friend. But there's a white dude in the corner on his phone looking down the whole time. These people are arguing. And if anybody's arguing and it sounds like something's gonna go down, would you be looking down at your phone? And he's not even saying World Star, recording it. So for me, this looks like this is some stage shit. This looks like some clout shit. And this looks like more distraction shit. So if you have to, don't pay no attention to Tekashi. Don't pay no attention to this beef and drama that they love putting down our throats because we eat it up. It's a game. It's a game, folks. And we're just playing into their hands. And we don't need to be doing that because that's a whole pause playing in people's hands in the first place. You know, we gotta get to the YouTube stuff, so please like, share, subscribe. This stuff is fire. I know my subscriber list is very, very low, and we gotta boost that thing up. But for me, I don't really care about subscribers. I don't really wanna do shit on the ground, because, you know, we got movies on the way, we got shows on the way, and things is getting real. I'm getting motivated, and that's why you getting this hot fire. And also, shout out to the shirt, Black Dove Apparel. Go get you some. You definitely gotta keep that same energy and keep that Durag energy. That's just kind of how it goes, right? But yes, I'm your boy, Thaddy Luv. I love you. I love you for staying in tune, and I love what we're doing. Shout out to my boy, Director D back there, for holding us down. You know what I mean? The team is getting so strong. You know, we gotta do it, man. And we're from Strong Island. Like, the connection and the link is too real. So, that's it. I hope you learned, loved, and grew in the midst of this new episode of Durag News. Until next time. Oh, and these books are here. Shout out to Bill Duke. You know you fucking up, right, if you don't know who Bill Dukes is. That's just a little thing right there. And what's the name of this book? I can't blank on the name. From the Hood to Hollywood. My homeboy God gave me that book. And it's really about just making sure that we can be more financially sound. And, you know, see this promo stuff. So, be financially sound. Know who Bill Duke is. Know who you are. And please don't get lost in the sauce, because that's what they want. You know what I mean? Somebody has you distracted, and just like these vaccines or anything free, they keep you coming back. Till next time, come back.